Alrighty. So, last we left off, we had a week in town, a week in Saralaska. Uh, Everyone getting up to their own individual activities, having a little bit of downtime to investigate or learn or craft or buy some stuff. So everyone individually got on with their tasks, some getting up to a little bit more trouble than others. Specifically, so Vargir and Ghost going to House Jarosco without word or warning ahead of time and checking themselves in to be checked by just a resident doctor. Coming across Dr. Cornelius, who was quite sweaty and nervous as even before he had approached the two, dabbing away the sweat on his forehead and waddling over as he was a doctor dwarf. Coming into the room alone with Vargir, he noticed the transformation on his arm and got quite alarmed, taking down some notes before going out and summoning what seemed to be guards, Shapiro, and a whole lot of worry around some form of shifting arm in their midst. But the situation de-escalated and Ghost and Vargir got out. After Vargir had a bit of a conversation with Ghost, he left by himself to find some peace and quiet and try to meditate, try to contact Tin. But be it the brighter lights of the city or the noise that is constantly going with carriages moving around or the hum of magical energy that lights up lanterns, he couldn't quite get through. But as the sun was setting on the last day before you were to meet up with Shapiro, Vargir, you find yourself on top of one of the buildings. Maybe climbed up a side ladder or something, and just to get away from the street and away from the movement. Reflecting on not having such a great week, losing a bit of money to some pickpockets, being called out of the doctors, it is nice to just sit up here alone. You're a bit closer to the stars, and you can kind of choose to ignore the bustle that's going underneath you. Is there anything that's going through Varga's head as he sits up here by himself?
Yeah, I think the main thing he's focusing on, and I think the main, which is that initial, anger and frustration of what it's like to be in a city. It's kind of almost what he had always anticipated. This is the kind of first time he's ever been in a big city. So, yeah, he's kind of thinking about that. Also thinking about, how he's going to talk to his friends about his choice to hold on to this curse with certain intentions, and I think that he's still a bit hurt, but I think he's kind of tried to breathe through it, tried to not let too much of that kind of instinctual feral side come through, and try to get some of that kind of get his calmness back. Sure.
As you take a moment and you do the thing where you breathe in and kind of almost let your conscience just kind of simmer just a little bit out of your body, just to make that contact with Tin a little bit more present. You feel that shift of air of someone beside you, and you feel the hand on your shoulder. But the voice doesn't match Tin's when you hear a kind of youngish voice. Excuse me, mind if I sit with you?
As I turn around, who do I see?
You turn to the side and you see a cloaked figure, hood actually covering their face, so you can't quite see it. But they look about maybe 5'5", quite slim and slender. And you look down to the hand, and it's got a leather glove on, so unable to tell.
Certainly. Yeah, sure.
But you like to come up here too and get away from all the hustle and bustle. It's not a bad spot. And they perch next to you and swing their legs down. You see 2 leather boots come out from the cloak, and you see reach into their cloak and pull out almost a silver flask and undoes it.
Vagir, as I'll kind of hold up my hand.
Ah, pleasure to meet you. Turns around and you see the blue hue of the night reflecting off the bluish skin as 2 horns hide away in the cloak of the hood, and the devilish eyes of the tiefling looks over at you. The name's Tommy. Nothing else. Holds out his hand and shakes it to you.
Pleasure to meet you, Tommy. Nothing else.
I like your sense of humour. You've been rough and tumbled a bit, have you? And he kind of nods to your bandaged up arm.
Just a work injury. Nothing major. What brings you here?
Oh, this is a bit of this, bit of that. Roaming the streets, see where I can find a place to sit and quiet, when I'm not working. What kind of jobs do you do?
Just currently anything that kind of comes my way. Keeps me moving.
That's the best way to do it. Can't have anyone tie you down, can we? He takes another swig. You want some?
I'm gonna roll for it.
He looks at you rolling a dice on the roof of it.
Sure. Why not?
Passes over to you.
So I'll take a little swig out of his flask.
It's quite strong. You definitely get the taste of alcohol in it. Not quite sure what it is exactly, but get a bit of fuzziness on your tongue, and then it washes down, and it kind of just makes your shoulders just do that little 1/2 inch drop. Pass it back to him, and he takes another little sip.
Sorry. What was it you do, Tommy?
Just a bit of this, bit of that. I'm also working around the city for those that can cough up the coin. You get it?
Yeah. Know much about the town? You from here?
Well, I've spent quite a bit of time here. The ill clans have got me under their employment at the moment, and they pay a healthy wage. You heard of them?
Ill clans?
Clans. So IR''CLARN.
Can't say I have. Who are they?
One of the rich noble folks.
What kind of work?
Well, that would be telling, wouldn't it? Takes a bit of a sip.
Fair.
So
you've been working...
Go on.
You've been working for them long?
Yeah. Trying to make a bit of a name for myself, Speaking of names, I haven't been 100% honest with you. You seem to be the talk of the streets at the moment. Big furry bugbear walking around giving out coin. Piece of charity at work, aren't you?
I guess there's kind of like a little bit of like cool. I just help where I can, I guess. Yeah. Sorry. Is that true? I don't. He seems a bit flustered. Yeah.
It's alright. It's a bit hard to read them sometimes. We're all grubby and we're all trying to make a, mountain out of a molehill where we can. You're probably a bit confused about the coin you've lost.
I tried not to think about it.
Well, don't get it. Let it get you down. He slaps you on the shoulder. It's all for a good cause. We appreciate you helping out. And he reaches into his cloak and pulls out a little silver pan flute. You see, the kids, they'll rumble up sometimes, but when they like someone, they like to put in a bit of coin, be it not theirs, and get you something nice.
How did you know I lost money, by the way?
Pays not to ask questions sometimes. Takes a swig, hands it over to you.
He'll take a swig, kind of chuckle at it.
He puts in front of you this silver pan flute. It's quite well made. Got no engravings on it or anything.
What's this?
Well, this is what they've spent the coin on. For you.
The kids that took my money.
That's correct. Now, it's not the most honest system, but it's the only way they know how to say thanks.
That's sweet. What does it do? As he's kind of looking at it, like, not sure at all what it is.
Well, it's, call it a little bit sentimental or whatever, but, if you're ever in need in a place like this, he kind of looks around, kind of gesturing to the town. We like to stay connected. Us on the lower ground, kind of indicates to his face as well. Us that aren't always welcome in every place. Here, grabs it back and kind of puts it up to his mouth and, does that blow across the top of them. And you hear it give like a kind of highish but droning tone. And after about 10 or so seconds, you hear just in the distance come out from across the city. Other tones similar to this one. Means you're not alone.
I really needed to hear that. Thank you.
It's alright. It's yours. Hands it back. Swaps you for the flask. So, you're not going to stay up here all night, are you? You fall off if you fall asleep up here. Where are you staying?
At a tavern. Something about a dragon.
Ah, the Golden Dragon. Good choice.
Yeah,
Seems like you aren't missing too much of that coin anyway if you're staying there.
Apparently, if you know enough people in a place like this, it kind of just comes to you. But...
Well, I'd be honoured to be introduced. If you're not up to much.
Certainly. Yeah, of course.
Plus, this is getting a bit low. What do you say for a refill?
Sounds good.
And he hops up. Right then, lead the way.
As Vargo will hop up and start climbing down the way he came.
Sure. Heading back to the Golden Dragon?
Yeah.
As you're heading there, I think we ended last session on the rest of you kind of having your own little powwow. So there was nothing else to do then. Before long, whether you're up in your rooms or down at the bar, Vargir will arrive with a person at his side. Hood still up. You walk into the Golden Dragon, Vargir, and it is crowded as usual. The invisible servants are moving around, clearing plates and stuff. The noise at the tavern is going as, the music is playing.
I'll head up just having kind of light banter with Tommy and buy him a drink at the bar.
Sure. The bartender will... I had his name. Golden Dragon. Flynn Haste Cherry Crest. He will serve you up your drinks and charge you a couple of copper as he knows who you are. And Tommy will go, oh, well, thanks for that. Well, is it just you here, or you said you were with some folks?
So I'm kind of looking around. Is anyone down there? Any of you guys?
Puck's probably there listening to other conversations if we're not together.
What time is it?
We're going to call it evening.
I think it's just sort of just around the time we had the conversation that we left off with in the last session.
Sorry. Oh,
I'll
sorry.
probably
Jimmy.
be. I'll probably be
I'll tell you
showing.
what. I'll tell you what. I'd say you're all upstairs having your little communication about what the plan is. And Vagir, you see that they're not down here, but you know that they were all coming back, so they're probably up in the rooms.
Sure. I could. I'll go up and I'll tell Tommy to wait downstairs. I'll just go grab the others.
Oh, I don't mind seeing a messy room.
I'm not quite sure if bringing a complete stranger into a room full of people that are quite private.
I get you.
Good.
Kind of taps his head and, well, I'll be over there. You see an empty table kind of towards the corner.
I'll see you soon.
As you head upstairs, Flynhart will say that you have 3 rooms allocated to you. Last he heard that everyone was hanging out in one of them. So as you go up, you get shown to where they are, and I'm assuming the door would be closed. But you do find the
Roll a
room.
d6, see which one you open first.
Yeah, I'll just knock on one of the doors.
You guys hear the knock.
That sounds like a large meaty fist to me. Who is it?
It's just me.
Not sure I know, just me.
Ghost. Fuck you.
Ah, getting there, you big sucker.
Hey, I met a person downstairs.
Yeah,
seems
in
to
my
know-
experience, people are generally the people you meet.
seems to know a little bit about some places around town. If anyone wanted to have a chat with him
How did you meet them?
on a roof.
It's not a very normal place to meet someone. What kind of person is this?
No, kind of reminds me of you, Puck. Quite discreet, quiet.
That ain't the right kind of curiosity to have in a friend. I don't know what is.
Anyway, I was just up here to let you know I'm back, and I'll be down there.
Just be cautious. We don't necessarily know everyone here. We don't want to be giving away information. People like me deal in information.
Hey, Captain.
Oh, I mean, I'll come have a drink with you. I'm always up for seeing a couple of new faces, and hope that they don't remember mine.
I'll come. Someone's got to keep an eye on you, and I'll gently punch you in the arm.
Gently
or him?
punch you back, but
Your fist is the size of my chest.
yeah.
Just like a
Just
little
kinda-
bit winded.
Pops a little bit. Yeah. You go into the toes for that one, so it slides back.
I think Molokov's going to be too invested in. He's still just putting the final touches on all the little gizmos he's doing.
Sure.
He's been fucking around with the javelin all day, making a slot for it on the backpack, and
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
As
going
I
to say,
just-
like, it's late evening, and you do have a thing to do tomorrow, but the invitation is there.
Just before I leave the room, I wind up the mechanical spider and drop it behind Molokov's leg, and just let it run around his workspace.
very helpful. Thank you.
Meant to scare you. Damn it.
I imagine you don't even
Alright.
look up over your glasses.
I forget that hair is your best friend. I walk out of the room. Right. So,
Here,
tell me a little more about this friend of yours.
Go on, Dale.
I was going to say, having only just heard my name, Hera will sort of look up from her book, a little confused, and see Ghost walking out. Look back down to her book.
Amazing.
Didn't even notice Maggie.
I love this party.
So, as the door closes and the music dulls to a murmur from beyond the door, before we head downstairs, Hero Molotov, anything you want to do before you kind of lay down for rest? No.
Yeah, nothing special.
Sweet.
Just
Read and tinker and do tabaxi things.
yeah.
So, as you head back downstairs, Ghost and Puck, you are met with the familiar warmth of the middle of the Golden Dragon. The center chimney raising up so all the smoke and smells can waft through the rooms and entertain as they please. You see Vargir kind of point out in the corner a hooded figure that is kind of facing away from the crowd.
As we're coming down the stairs, I'll just say to Vargir, right, what do we need to know about your new friend before we start talking to him?
And what have you already told him?
Oh, Jesus, it's not an interrogation.
Told him. As Varga kind of like looks up and starts thinking about nothing important. Just asked about my arm. He told me his name's Tommy. Tiefling. Works for the Earl Khans. If you've heard the name, I haven't heard of them before. Apparently, some nobles that run through the city here.
Let's go history checks.
Yep. For sure.
$15.
Higher than that. 20.
20. Puck, you would know that anything with the apostrophe in front of it is a noble name. Families that have made wealth for themselves, kind of like a duke or a countess or something like that. Owners of land, owners of businesses, and so on and so forth. Ghost, you would recognize the name Clan from when you did your walkthrough of the city. This was the house that was towards the south of the city. Some well-maintained gardens and such, and you didn't quite recognize the sigil as, nobles don't have well-known sigils, but they do have their own little sigil kind of thing. And the things you have heard about Klan is he has worked his way up, providing influence and what's it called when someone consultates, like
Consultation.
Yeah, consultation. To like Parliament and stuff. As the war ended and everyone was trying to divvy up land and stuff, he's had quite a lot to do with speaking on behalf of quite powerful people. He comes from a military background. This is Lord Rukin Urklan. And you do know that he is a tiefling as well. And hilarious.
And what?
So Lord Rukin Urklan, he's got a place in the city. He has quite a lot of political power, and also seems to have his hand in a lot of up-and-coming businesses. You know, when you see a market or something, it's, oh yes, we got a loan from Lord Rukin. And he likes to push money into the economy.
Good to know. So, Ghost will kind of give a wry smile. Say, your new friend's a tiefling, did you?
Yep.
Oh, this could be fun. I'll just turn to Puck and I'll quickly give a. I think this is Rukan Il Khan. He consults with the Parliament in the land divisions post the war. Has his fingers in all new up and coming businesses, and happens to be a tiefling himself.
This is why information is so valuable. Okay, well, let's see what they want.
Well, let's go have a drink with young Tommy boy. That could be insane.
You move over to the table, swinging past the bar if you wish to grab yourself an ale of your own. And as you sit down, you see Tommy kind of peek up from under the hood to you, Vargir, and go, "Oh, I thought you'd never come back. Dying of old age over here."
This is Puck. And this is Ghost.
Oh, pleased to make your acquaintance. He kind of pushes his chair back and reaches out his hand, which is covered in a leather glove.
Hey, you too. And I'll shake his hand with my also leather glove hand.
Yes. Shakes together, reaches out to you, Puck.
Yeah, I'll put my hand out.
It's a sturdy shake for quite a slim boy.
Can I feel any rings on the fingers under the glove?
Oh, you can give a little sleight of hand.
It's a lot of hands.
As your fingers, "Ooh, is there a ring in there?" He's like, "How do you shake hands?" Like,
I got small hands, so it's a little easier to be kind of weird about it. That's a 26.
26. Yeah, there seems to be some jewelry under there. I'd say
Feel like a signet ring.
I'm gonna say no. It feels like no like circle emblem things. They just feel like there's jewelry on the hand.
Okay, cool.
I like that. That's a good. That's a great use of that skill. Pulls it back. Well, don't let me make your legs sore. Come on, please sit.
Hey, I hear you're another type who likes meeting people on top of rooftops.
Wow, he looks over at Vargier. Word travels fast around here, doesn't it?
Apparently.
Hey, so we've heard. You heard of our friend, and now we've heard of you.
Well,
perhaps that makes us all friends.
I do hope so. Vargier over here, actually, no, he would, yeah, he's going to go Vargier over here. Tells me that you do a bit for coin every now and then. Is that true?
We're not
the case?
mercenaries, but yes, we've been known to take jobs.
I like it. Entrepreneurs. Wants to make gold for your own pocket. Be your own story. All that stuff.
Yeah, hardly much of a story to tell.
Well,
Why?
why
You
not?
offering?
Why not start your story at the beginning then? Where have you come from? What are you doing? Where are you going? He takes a big chug of his drink.
You're asking a lot of questions.
It's just in my
Why are
nature.
you so curious?
It's just in my nature. I like to connect people. I like to see what they're doing and where they're going and where they've come from. Maybe we can help each other out one day.
And what would we be helping you with?
Oh, well, maybe getting a job done. Maybe talking to the right people. Making sure people get home safely. Or not. Takes a swig.
Definitely an eyebrow raise at the last statement.
He gives you a grin, and you can see the slight pointed teeth of the tieflings. Now, as a zoom out, tieflings, they're well known. They're not common, but you know it'd be like meeting someone from, I don't know, High Parliament. You know they exist, but you don't run into them every day, kind of thing.
Can we get a sense of this person's age?
Sure, it's young.
Yeah.
Is
Seems
it like younger than Ghost young, or
probably not. Maybe give me like a insight check. You can go for that as well, Puck.
Yeah. That's only a 12. Oh no, 13.
insight? I'm not great at. Also a 13.
I'd say around the same age.
And remind me, Ghost, how old's that? It's like
19.
19.
okay. All right.
Yeah, and his voice kind of feels not authoritative, not it seems quite naive. Sorry, you got to excuse me. I talk too much sometimes, but not in the right circumstances. I guarantee you that.
Hey, I mean, we could be a bit of the same when you finally break through the walls of these two.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, Vargy over here, he's like a brick wall, but there's always a way through.
That's
Well,
an
as far as our
interesting
story goes.
observation.
As far as our story goes, we happened to meet over in Vatheron not too long ago.
Oh,
Fixed
that's
some
the
problems
old.
with some people, made some coin. Now we're here.
Oh. Short, sharp, sweet. I like it.
Not exactly a well-established group, but we get the job done.
Well, that's all that matters in the end. Job done, get paid, move on.
And what about yourself? You have a band, party, People you work with?
Oh,
Must have friends around.
yes, friends. Not all of them I trust with doing a job with. It depends on the details. No, I get quite a lot of work from one of the families here in town.
One of the rich ones, I assume.
Oh, they've got deep pockets, I'll tell you that.
Most of the big families do. Which one?
Old Rukin clan. He's got a residence just south of here.
I think I've walked past his place. One with a nice French garden out the front. I mean, Elvish garden out the front.
It's hard to miss, yes.
Hey, does seem like a man who
Are you a local
fills
boy?
trusted pockets quite well.
Local. I kind of don't really have a home. Been wandering for a while now, but he puts up a good bed, so I get what I can
Right.
when I can.
Can I get a beat on that? Whether that is just a really dismissive, like, no, I'm not from here,
Sure.
or he's genuinely telling the truth.
That's why I'm asking too.
Give me both insights again then. Viger's just like table
Don't
tennis,
trust
like
this dude
what?
at all. Like it's like, what is this?
Oh, that's better.
Hey,
I
here's
imagine
my
there's-
friends. They're going to interrogate you.
There's moments like where,
16.
like,
19.
What were you going to say, Viger?
I was just like, I'm imagining there's moments where like Tommy's gonna be like, oh, so where'd you guys come from? And Varga goes to say something, and Puck's just like,
I'm just like poking him
dagger
in
eyes.
the leg.
yeah.
Fuck up.
Oh yeah, so we did the.
That was a 16 and a what?
19.
A 19. He's not telling the full story on that sentence.
Give him a little
Yeah,
wink.
cool.
He kind of just carries on. He's quite good at just pushing the conversation and rolling it forward as
Yeah.
you talk. Thanks to Vargy showing me where you guys are staying, but why don't we
Give Buggy a very hard poke under the table.
We're all friends here. Say, is anyone up to a little bit of a challenge tonight? Maybe we can put a bit of money on the table.
That sounds like you're offering us work.
Oh, no, not quite yet. I don't trust you. And he looks like straight at you, Ghost. I'm meaning a drinking game. What do you say? Bit of fun for a bit of coin?
Oh, well, I've never been one to shy away from a challenge.
Oh, no, I could tell that as soon as I saw you.
You guys mind picking up my pieces tomorrow?
I'll join you.
I just gotta say, back where I'm from, we did this a lot. You will lose.
Oh, I love a challenge. And he'll like reach behind him and pull out a little purse as it drops on the table with a bit of weight in it. So who's in?
Oh, no, that's quite a bet.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm in. Yeah.
Oh, it's been a minute. I know we have to do things tomorrow. But let's make it happen.
All
I
right.
didn't grow up with dwarves for no reason.
So he opens the purse and 20 gold comes out.
Does
Right.
this purse look familiar?
It does not.
Do I recognize the coins?
Do they look like they came out of an ancient tomb?
Yeah. Funny enough, they do not.
Funny that.
Like I would just kind of like with one hand have like 20 gold coins and just like pop them on the table. Maybe like more away from him. Like if he's sitting on this side,
Yep.
the coins are on this side, so
Sure.
there's no.
There's a bit of space.
Is this a triple ante? Are we fighting each other?
Well, you got the choice. You can go one at a time. I tell you, I'm quite good at this. Or we can do a group and winner takes the pot.
Well, I'd be happy to lose some coin tonight. That's money on the table.
Yeah, I'll put money down on the table.
Between on the table.
What's your game?
I know where this is going as well. I hate it.
All right. He goes, well, no need to be shy now, and he flicks back his hood, and you see his horns kind of rolling round, almost like a goat horn come out, and his skin almost gives off an luminescent blue tinge to it. His eyes have the slightest hint of yellow in them, and he grins a grin and turns around and waves over to the barkeep to almost silence the rest of the bar, and he goes, barkeep, you find spirits, please. You see Flintheart kind of look up, and everyone kind of drops their conversation as they see this tiefling kind of almost stand up and announce this. And then everyone kind of starts to watch as Flintheart brings over... Go on.
Can I call that to the barkeep?
Go.
I'll say, oh man, I got to think of a name, but I'll be like, just your peatiest whiskey of, and I'll use, I don't know. I'm gonna use, because this is a Galanda place.
Yep.
I'm gonna use a code word,
Okay.
and they are gonna water. My intention is that they will water down our drinks and cut them, and his are gonna be at full strength.
Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. I like it.
This is two sneaky fuckers working against each other.
He's definitely got something. I mean, if he thinks he can do us back to back to back and take that much alcohol, there's something fucky going on.
Yeah.
You call that, and you see Flint just kind of like stop for a second and go, the strongest, coming right up, as he pulls them behind the bar and comes over to you and intentionally puts 1, 2, 3 down and then one in front of him. Looks over at you, Puck, and says, good luck. And we'll move on. Now, these might be a line also, whatever. Okay, so now I've got to take in consideration a lot of things that are going on with these drinks. But we start, we're all drinking together, or is it going one at a time? We're all drinking together for a pot of 80 gold. People are kind of gathering around. You all start with a D8. And you will all roll the dice. Whoever rolls the highest gets to go up a dice to a D10. Whoever rolls the lowest goes down a dice to a D6. Once you drop off a D4, that's where we will play into that. And once you surpass a D12, we will go into that as well.
Do our independent constitution modifiers have anything to do with this?
They will have something to do with it, yes.
All right, cool.
So, everyone at start starts to pick up their drink, and people start going around, and they start to edge some people on. Some people are taking bets in the background as well. Molokov and Hera, you hear a bit of ruckus starting to happen downstairs before you kind of just decide to tune it out.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Now, alcohol is technically poison.
It technically is, yes.
Would I therefore be immune to such things?
I'm
Not
going to say...
immune to getting
Not
drunk.
to poison, but it's true. But diseases, alcohol poisoning, that's not a disease. I'm just picking at straws here.
Sure.
Let's fucking drink.
What I'm gonna say is, you can roll 2 of the dice.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
First drink.
So it's D8, is that correct?
A D8.
Yep.
Yes. So we'll go around the table. Puck.
7.
Ghost.
5.
Bargear.
Do I take the highest or lowest?
You'll be taking the highest.
6.
And he got a 6 as well. So you all down the first drink. And Puck, you feel the taste is not quite there. But for that reason, you stomach it quite well and you move up to a D10.
I'll let you decide, Reese, actually, if the code word I gave is going to be that mine is cut, or if it's going to be that everyone's is cut.
I'm going to say it's going to be yours.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense. Like, I don't know how I would communicate otherwise. I think it makes more sense if I'm like, I don't know if anyone's ever read like The Name of the Wind. There's like a thing where you order a drink, and like they'll give you just get water, but they'll take the cost of the drink and they'll split it 50-50 with like the person who's ordered it if someone else is buying them around, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I reckon it's a bit like that.
Yeah,
That
so-
makes sense if mine is cut.
Yeah. So you jump up to a D10.
All right.
Vargir and Tommy take it back and give a cough, but swallow it down. Ghost, you take it back, and this is quite strong. I'm going to need a Constitution save from you.
Ooh, buddy. It's all right. I can work with that. 16.
16. You hold it together, and your eyes kind of flutter open as you reach down for the next cup, but you move down to a D6.
So am I now at a disadvantage to everyone else because they're on higher dice?
You can still roll the highest number, though.
I can. Yep.
So,
All right.
Vargir and Tommy will stay on a D8. So, the next drink gets lined up. People are starting to cheer on a little bit now, and we roll.
Nice.
I'm using my inspiration.
Ooh.
Great use.
So,
Absolute great use.
Puck,
8.
Ghost,
6.
Vargir.
8.
Oh.
As you see Tommy take a drink and give a big hiccup that kind of almost looks like it hurts, he's going to give me a Constitution save as he rolled a 2. And that's a 5.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And you see Tommy kind of like really blink as he starts to look quite exhausted in this game.
As I look to the rest of us and go, I guess it's just us.
But shakes his head as he moves down to a D6. Ghost and Vargir will stay the same. And Puck, you move up to a D12.
I tied with Vargir on that one. Is that?
Oh,
I'm
did you?
rolling with a higher dice. Yeah, we both got 8s.
For some odd reason, I had not considered that in the game. I'm going to say that. All right, we'll say you stay. We'll say you stay.
Okay.
So, rolling for the third drink along the table. There we go.
Ooh.
Puck.
I got a 9 this time. I'm rolling so well.
Nice,
I
nice.
can't lose.
Ghost.
3.
Vargir.
7.
And 6 for Tommy as he kind of regains his balance. And like everyone's kind of like doing that half lean, half stand up now as they're getting into it. But Ghost, that's a Constitution save, please.
Sure is.
He goes.
Oh, it's better. 19.
19. You're still holding it. Your stomach's starting to grumble, but you will drop to a D4.
Whew.
And Puck, you
You
can
have to drop your chills, Tommy.
go up to a D12. As everyone's starting to waver, and the band is now starting to play into the rhythm of the drinks as well, we will go for the fourth drink. Tommy and Vargir still on the same dice as they were last time.
Sorry, 6.
Oh, Ghost.
I rolled a 4.
Vargir.
5.
And a 5 from Tommy as well.
Ah, come on! I rolled perfectly. All right.
Your last Constitution save, please.
All right. Better be a good one. That's fucking great. 21.
21. You feel the alcohol start to come back up, and you push it down, and you have to take a seat as you kind of stumble out of the game, but
That's
you are
all
still standing,
me.
at least.
Ugh.
So, did you get the highest there, Puck?
I think I did.
Nice.
Yep.
So, as you kind of finish this last one and stand up straight, Vargir and Tommy kind of give a bit of a burp and slump in their seats and go, no more. And Tommy will look around at you and go, well, for someone of small stature, you do really put down a lot of liquid. And he slides the gold over to you.
A lifetime of practice.
Oh, I should not have underestimated you. And he just leans back in his seat, and his eyes are kind of like starting to go. Ghost is pretty much gone.
He's got a pretty face, but he's got some years on us, I'll tell you that.
But no, that resolves the game, as it could take a bit of time in between drinks getting passed around, and everyone kind of is now in and around you now, and he's not so much worried about the secrecy of the table. His cloak is down, and he's just kind of leaning back.
Why all the secrets? Why the hood if you're just going to take it off?
It's it's a bit of mystery. People like a bit of mystery. Gets them intrigued. Got you over to the table, didn't it?
Well, what got me over to the table was my friend telling me he'd met a stranger.
Oh,
He's an oddly trusting one.
looks over at Vargia and just like goes, "You're all right."
Right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go to the bar, and as sober as I can, order the equivalent of like a ginger and lemon juice shot.
Give me a persuasion roll.
I can I go with him?
Yeah, sure.
I'll let him order it. But
Yeah.
I'll pay for it basically.
Yeah. I believe you have drinks under your tenancy.
Yes,
take
but
the
I'm going to
80s.
slip the guy some money for hooking me up.
Gotcha. What was the persuasion?
Fucking low. Persuasion -1, making it a 1.
Okay, you ask
Can
for
I get a Mr. McCovington?
you ask for a lemon, and the bartender just looks at Puck.
Just something to cleanse his mouth out, and I'll hand over. I'm going to give him 10 gold.
Slides it over, gives you a kind of like a sparkling water. Maybe he better be heading back upstairs, don't you think?
I think
Tastes
so,
like
pretty
lightning
soon.
rail. Ugh.
Maybe sooner rather than later.
It's all right. He won't make a mess.
And he lets you leave the bar.
Yeah. I'll take
I just shoulder Puck for a minute, and in a much more coherent moment of soberness. Maybe you want to walk our new friend home? He could be a good one.
I could do that.
Oh, we're on the. Oh yeah. Yes, maybe.
I'd love to join you, but I did the I lost.
Fair enough. Are you heading back, Tommy?
Oh, you're back at the table.
Now we are.
You see him, and he's in the seat, and his eyes are closed, and he just goes, "I'll make my way soon." And he just kind of puts his head back against the wall.
I can carry him home.
Not a bad idea. He's certainly a little worse for wear. Still don't know why he sought us out. But I assume we passed whatever test it was he had.
Maybe he's just looking for some friends. Some people aren't exactly accepted all the time in places like this.
It's very true, though he did mention making sure people get home. Or not. There's something a little more to that than just being friendly.
That's true.
But at least we could do is help him get home.
Or not. No, I'm joking.
Not this old argument.
Why has nobody invented goggles that make you see straight when you're seeing double? Fucking Molotov! I'll stumble upstairs.
I'm gonna. Is Tommy like out?
He appears to be. He is just drooped on the chair, head up against the wall, cloak down.
I'll kind of like pick him up like an infant.
Sure, he snuggles into you. He's quite light,
Yeah.
but as his cloak kind of drapes, and his limbs are loose as well. Like it seems like he's pretty cut.
He said he was staying at the Earl Clan guy's place south of here, right?
Did he?
I believe.
He did indeed, yeah.
He said he was working for him.
He said that he puts up a good bid.
Yes, yeah.
yeah,
He did mention that.
Okay.
Hey, bar guy, barkeep, bar dude.
Flynn looks over.
Earl, Clarn's house. Which way? South.
Yeah, head down the street that way. I believe it should be on the map.
It's number 6 on the map. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
directly south of.
Oh yeah, great. Okay, cool.
Follow the city walls down. You can't miss it. It's a very elvish design.
I'll be back.
All right. So you start to carry him out into the night. Puck, were you going with or not?
Yeah, I'll go with.
Yeah. I'm going to say that Ghost, you.
Vargir is also quite drunk. I don't want to.
Yes, this is true.
In the streets.
What noticeably as well is Vargir is still coherent though, where it seems that he is not. Ghost, you make it upstairs and you burst into one of the rooms, spouting out your creations for goggles that will see you, and the walls and the mattress listen to you as you ramble into nothingness and fall asleep. Molokov and Hera, you hear down the hallway a poof poof. No, someone's going back.
The wrong room.
Yeah, well, one of your 3 rooms.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Vargir and Puck, you start carrying Tommy through the night, as it is now just you two, and he is kind of just like saying sweet nothings, but other than that, he's mostly quiet. As it's just you two with him now.
You don't exactly trust people easily, do you, Puck?
Never.
Is that
That's,
something to do with your past?
I'm just gonna check that our luggage is not particularly coherent still, but
Give me
I'll say-
either insight or investigation if you want to just give him a once over.
yeah, I'll do
You
it. I'll
like try
investigate.
dropping his hand on his face.
Yeah, some of those.
Can I
kind of
just
things.
point out that drunk Vargir is Jack Sparrow?
Yeah.
That's a.
Why is the room always gone?
Why did we steal an airship?
How did I get here?
What was the roll, sorry, Jet?
19 for investigation.
19. Yeah, you lift his hand up and drops it on his face and it slaps down. He's out cold.
You got it in one, Vargir. That's exactly it. You learn not to trust people.
Is that a city thing?
That's a family thing.
Sounds rough. We usually just punched each other.
There's a lot of that as well. When you grow
What
up without parents, it tends to happen.
What about your brother? Wasn't he?
He was the one doing a lot of the punching.
Gotcha. You the little one, the runt.
Well, I wouldn't put it that way, but yes. I'm the youngest.
When Vargas says runt, you can tell he doesn't mean it offensively. He almost says it personally.
You could put it that way, but yes, I'm the younger of the two of us. Laurie was, yes, older and bigger and stronger and faster than me when we were kids.
He's bigger. Right. Yeah. Yep.
You trust easily. In some ways, I'm jealous of it, but in other ways, I'm afraid of it. That's why I came downstairs. Make sure, keep you and us out of trouble.
I just think sometimes people are just looking for a friend or someone that has an answer.
I
It's
think
not
that's
easy
quite
being alone
true.
all the time.
Like a little sad look in Puck's eyes for a sec there. I think that's true. I guess I just want to be sure before I take that risk personally.
I understand that. I get that. But look, knowing you, Puck, there's nothing you can't get out of, whether it be with words or with shadows.
It's not always about getting yourself out, though, is it? Sometimes it's getting others out.
I never really thought of it that way.
I think of it every day. I think it's left here.
You take a left, and a big gated mansion stands in front of you. Quite intricate details on the iron gates, and a nice garden beyond it before the house sits. No lights seem to be on at this hour, but there also doesn't seem to be guards out the front of this estate.
That seems curious.
I don't. Do we just leave them on the doorstep and knock and skedaddle?
So there's like we're at the fence, like the gate.
Yeah. It
There's
does.
no one there.
There's no one there, but it is locked.
Yeah. Okay. I will walk up to the gate and have a look through and see if I can see anything. Anyone, or like is there a bell or anything to ring?
You look around, and there is a bell on the top right of the gate. Looks like it is just a rope that hangs out, and you got to ding it in.
Well, let's get him home, and I'll ring the bell a few times.
A moment passes. Go on.
Oh no, you're right.
And you see some candlelight appear in like the front door window. Before long, creaks open, and you see a head pop out that is silhouetted, but you do see two little horns kind of like protruding out and pointing. You hear a deep voice. Who goes there?
We got Tommy. It's got a little bit what's the word, Puck?
He's had a bit much to drink.
That one.
Tommy.
Inebriated.
Oh, you see him sigh. Wait a second. The door closes. You can hear shuffling, well, maybe not from this distance, but the door then opens again, and walking down towards you, quite a large, burly tiefling with short, kind of shaved-off horns and a dressing gown, moves across the courtyard to the gate and looks through. Doesn't open it just yet. Oh, Tommy. And who might you be to have spent such a fun evening with this fine young lad?
I'd be the person who beat him at his own game, it seems.
My name's, as I got it before I say it, look at Puck.
A little nod.
Vagir.
Well, thank you, Vargir. We'll make sure he gets a good sleep, and Puck. And stern talking to in the morning. Leave him there. And he pulls out like a ring of keys as he starts like looking through each of them.
Blue skin?
Yes, he does have blue skin.
Okay. Is there any kind of parental fatherly disappointment going on?
Give me an insight check.
Can I roll that as well?
You sure can.
In your drunken state.
Yeah, I can do it at disadvantage.
Pulling that to disadvantage. Yeah.
That's a 15.
I'm just gonna say that's 2 16s plus 1, so 17.
Nice.
Ooh. Advantage.
It seems a bit parental, but it's not fully there. It more seems like caregiver
Yeah.
kind of vibes. As he eventually finds the right key, slots it in to the padlock, pulls open the iron gate and picks him up off the ground, or if you haven't put him there, he'll get them out of your arms.
No, yeah, I'll keep him in
Yeah.
my arms and hand him over.
Well, you have a good night. And he closes the gate and shuts the padlock.
Little bow. And start making our way. Turn around.
Turns around and heads straight back to the door. Closes behind him. Go on.
Oh no, sorry, I thought it was them. Yep.
Yeah, closes behind him, and you see the light snuff out.
As we start walking back, also Puck, he gave me this he when I first met him, he gave me a like a like a bunch of
A pan flute.
yeah, but he's trying to like.
Oh right, yeah.
Steel rods connected makes a
What?
pretty sound as he lifts out this pan flute. He
Does it do anything?
makes a pretty sound, and then other pretty sounds come around. He said that it makes you feel less alone in the city. Apparently, other people have the same thing, and
I think you might be part of a club now. Get Ghost or Molokov to have a look at it. Just make sure it's all above board. Don't trust people. Give a little wink.
all right, we'll do.
Hang on to that. It could be handy in a pinch if we ever get in trouble in town. It's a pretty gift. Can see why you brought him around.
Well, paid by my money, apparently, but
What do you mean?
apparently some kids took some money off me and bought me a gift.
So like look up and down Vargier and be like, oh,
You can just
Oh,
see
it's-
like his
yeah.
pouch of gold, and
Yeah.
not like hidden.
Just
It's just
open.
hanging out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
like white. Yeah.
I'm gonna like tuck it in and just be like, look, you have to be more careful in the city. If anyone, like just like as you walk, I'm like try and teach him how to like not lose all his stuff in the city. And like if someone bumps into you, don't let them walk away. Grab onto their hand. Make like all the little things of like keep your bag on your front.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like a child bumping into Vargir and Vargir just like grabbing him by the scruff of the neck with a giant hand, like, "Hey, my friend told me to not let you go now."
Yeah, I'll demonstrate on part of the walk. I'll try and pick your pockets or whatever. I'll try and show you what it feels like, the kind of bump you get, as opposed to just like
Sure.
getting jostled.
Yeah, sure.
If someone sets honey on your cloak, don't follow them to the cleaners they know, because they'll extort the fuck out of you.
Give me a perception check, Puck.
Okay. Perception. Perception. That's a 17.
You start almost taking enjoyment out of training Vargir in this, and it does end up a bit jolly as you kind of move down the street and, well, now if I bump into you like this, it will go like this. But something catches your back in your mind that everything on Vargir's person seems to have been already bumped into tonight. But nothing's gone.
Yeah. Okay. You really have to be careful. I know you like to trust people, but there's too many people to trust in a city.
I'll try.
Before long, you do end up back at the Golden Dragon, and things have quietened down a bit now. There are a few stragglers left behind, but as you come in, Flynn will give a cheers to you from behind the bar as he's wiping up a table or cleaning up. And the rest of your party are already upstairs, as you know.
Well, time for bed. Got a big day tomorrow. Already stayed out later than we should have.
Yeah. As I'll go back into the first room that I came into, where I'm guessing Molokov and Hera are sleeping.
Yep.
But when I see that ghost isn't in there, I'm gonna find the room that he is.
Sure. He is face down on the floor with a blanket kind of tugged onto him.
Sure. I'm gonna pick him up, put him into a bed.
Yep.
Tuck him in really nicely. I'm gonna go downstairs to the bar, get a glass of water, pop it next to his thing, touch his head, just give him like one or two lay on hands.
Sure.
Make him feel a bit more comfortable.
Yep. It's not going to hurt as much in the morning.
No, and then I'll tuck into bed.
All right.
No, I don't want to go to prayer time.
So, as night falls and you can all take a long rest if it is needed, the smell of bacon and eggs starts wafting through in the morning as the town starts to wake up. Cartwheels moving, horses neighing, and engines starting, and fires start to ignite through the city as another day in Staraluska begins, and you all awaken in your respective rooms. What would you like to do? Yeah, Ghost, your head's a bit fuzzy, but there's no...
Oh. Great.
Morning.
You put
Do
me
we
in a
have
bed?
3 rooms?
You have 3 rooms.
All right, apparently I got my own room then.
You're more than welcome to it.
Yeah, well, the cats are together. These
Yep.
2 are together. I'll take the other room.
Sure. And a really well-rested sleep as well. After a productive week, you'll kind of wake up, and whether you meet in one room or meet downstairs is up to you.
I imagine whatever we are doing, the cats are probably just a little bit late as we pack up. Like, what I imagine it looks exactly like their dorm room would have back in college.
Yep.
And we just have to like undo all the shit with. I've probably got like a full workshop set up that I was like, oh fuck it, I'll tidy it up in the morning. And yeah,
You've
so
Sarah's got
Flipped one of the beds
Yeah.
around.
there are
as-
notes
as-
like everywhere.
Like stapled up onto the wall with a nail
Yeah.
and like a short sword and a dagger and a knife and a fork and
Yeah, I'll probably like knock on the cat's door. Michael said that and it didn't sound right. I'll knock on our friendly tabaxi friends' doors and like poke my head in, kind of one eye half open. Oh, I'll give you a minute. And then come back, go to the next door over, knocks again. Probably Puck.
Yeah, Puck opens the door, dressed, packed, bed made.
I think that guy was Earl Khan's son or something.
I definitely had the same suspicion. I think we might have met the man.
Oh shit. Well,
I'm not so sure after seeing that he is the son, but certainly maybe some kind of relation. Hard to tell.
great connection to make in town. I need bacon. I'll see you downstairs.
Yeah, I'll come with you.
Oh,
I imagine Varga's already kind of gone down as
sure.
kind of, but like maybe like started laying the table for
Yep.
everyone's meals there.
And you've kind of found that, you know, the secluded table just off, not hidden in a corner, but away from prying ears or anything, so you can have your own conversations. And Flynn will start to serve up the breakfast. The invisible servants will start bringing the plates and the orange juice and so on and so forth. So eventually you will gather together.
goes,
Was it the
looks
cat?
down his goggles, and keeps
Bloody tabaxi.
Hey,
keeps
mate.
flicking through lenses, gets one that magnifies things, and keeps going until he finally gets like a welding lens. Oh, adventure awaits. Harry, you've got a little bit of a like a one of them aura clicks going on. Yeah, oh, no, just a little to the left. Yeah, that's the one.
I love it.
I suppose I should have showered. This is an important meeting, right?
You do remember you do have bathrooms in your room, so that would have happened if you had remembered to.
Right. In that case, yes, I did get up, and
Yep.
this is probably like the cleanest and tidiest you've seen Ghost looking.
Other
Yeah,
than
not quite
Dream
like.
Ghost?
Well, I was going to say, funny that it actually kind of reminds everyone, except Molokov, sorry, of Dream Ghost, him being quite actually well groomed this morning.
Yeah, clothes are still a little tattered with this like thick dwarven stitching through them and the rest of it. But
And Ghost, you probably do catch these looks as well. Just that little double take, whether it's conscious or not, of people kind of, oh, okay.
I'll probably
hey,
probably
well,
do like a little double take, think about the dream, and then almost do like a triple take, and then realize that he's cleaned up and been like, and we'll just like dust some of the sand that is still on me from the desert off. But not make a good effort to clean myself at all.
Fair enough.
oh,
as Puck kind of cleans up the mess from the night before.
Fucking cats, man.
What did she spill?
Yeah, you got
He
something
spilled
to say. You said it to my face.
paint, like it was clean because I just changed it, but like paint water.
Oh no.
But it's all clean. It's just water, but
Yeah.
just knocked it off. I'm lucky. It's a glass jar. I'm lucky it didn't shatter.
Nice. Classic. Anyway.
Bloody cats, eh?
Fucking cats, eh, Molokov?
Hey. I like
So-
how I'm always offended and Darley's always just like,
Eh, whatever.
That is incredibly racist. Is still my favorite Molokov line in the entire series, like episode 2 or 3 or something.
So the question is, anything around breakfast there is to discuss before heading over to House Jarosco? Now that all 5 of you are here.
Oh, that's good.
We don't have to say yes, all right? Just make sure we all remember that.
There is one thing I would like to talk to you all about. Me and Ghost went to the Jarosco Foundation to get my arm checked the other day. Did you already tell them about this, Mum?
Nope. Last we spoke, I said you're going to have to tell them
Yeah, cool.
about the decisions you're making, and left it at that. So Ghost hears you start saying this and kind of just back.
Um,
I'm assuming
This,
backs up, but also sitting there like, I'm here with you.
Say again.
I think he means sits back to let him talk, sort of thing.
Oh, I see. I think you mean just like leave the conversation.
Recognizing where Vug is, that he's doing the thing. He's like,
Gotcha,
okay,
gotcha.
now, yeah.
just if we're gonna be working together, this curse from the bite I got a while back, it has seemed to get worse, and there is a process to fixing it, but I don't think I will. And I know that sounds ludicrous and crazy, but if we want to get, we already saw with Dre that these creatures aren't all bad, and they have a sense, they have morality about them. They're not the monsters they're just made out to be by everyone else. And if there's any way I can convince them otherwise to stop following this occult, if you call it, or belief, maybe understanding where they come from might be a good way of understanding who they are.
That is certainly an interesting approach.
This isn't the kind of thing to make a decision on lightly.
I've never really had a reason for a lot of my actions, past and present. But something just tells me that this is the right thing to do.
I mean, I can't stop you.
Moloko sort of like, it's been nodding along and just says, sometimes the price we pay to remove a curse is worse than the curse itself.
I know this might bring complications, but I'm willing to come against them as we do, as a family and as friends.
Were you going to say something else, Moloko?
Just, I'm with you.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything we need to be concerned about for our own safety, or?
I don't know. I don't know what will come with it.
We spoke about this yesterday. Left it to him to tell the rest of you. I already told him I was on his side. I know it's going to be interesting, but and I'll just sort of give a scan to make sure we're not being actively listened into.
No, people are going about their business. They're coming in, putting their boots on. If they stayed the night here, you're just another table of people.
I'm pretty sure I can speak for all of us when I say that we don't trust anyone, or at least not anyone outside of this table very easily. Still don't know what the hell is going on with Foundation and really the shifters themselves. It's all very dynamic. So, why not keep making decisions when we're faced with them?
As long as
Keep being dynamic.
the Roscoe Foundation still supports using us, and I don't see a problem with it. But how
a good
much
point.
do they
Yeah.
know about the condition?
Oh, they're well aware since we made a fucking scene the other day. But
Everyone's eyebrows raise in unison.
Vargir,
I'm gonna call him Silda. His name's not Silda. It's fucking
Shapiro.
That's the one. Shapiro's aware. He was notably concerned and wished he knew the information earlier, but I don't think it changed his opinion of it. They're definitely keeping an eye on it. I'm gonna be aware of it.
I would definitely be keeping an eye on them.
and Vargir, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
I understand.
Puck knows where all of your soft spots are. Kidding.
If you become
Sorry,
a
not
danger
breakfast
to the
on the
rest of
station.
us, then we'll need to work something out. That's all.
Well, I mean, I don't quite know yet, but perhaps in some time I might be able to be of assistance to you. But that'll be for you to decide. At this rate, you're keeping the infection or whatever you call it.
Let's call it change.
Or in their eyes, a gift.
Hey.
Realize a gift. I'm gonna pull out a little bit of a note, some notes, and write that down.
Anyway,
It's all right. We all go through changes in our bodies at some point when we grow up. Give him a playful tap. Like,
next job.
Morlock scratches his nose with his mechanical arm.
As we fast forward past the beholders and the bees conversation.
Holders in the bees, eh?
the holders in the basilisk.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, any concerns about meeting with this Joseph Keeling? Not exactly. Well, we can say no, you're right, Puck, but I think it'd almost be worthwhile at least listen to what leads they have. What do we want? What do you want? I know I could definitely go and pick a fight with that LaFon's fucker.
Yes. What is everyone hoping to get out of this? I'm quite interested in heading to. This is going to be one of those classic fantasy pronunciations.
Arondir.
Arondir? Is that right? Arondir?
I think it's just Owen Deer.
Arondir, okay. I'm interested in heading that way.
That's where this guy's personal estate, correct?
To what end?
Just, I have some. I've heard some news about some people I care about in the area. Just want to make sure they're okay. Though listening around town, it doesn't sound like anyone thinks there's anything wrong with the place, so might be nothing. But I'd rather know personally.
Sort of turn to here. He's a place of high magic. Maybe they have some artifacts. Who knows?
Well, yes, I mean, for the moment,
That's right, isn't it? Like it's a kind of a one of the.
That's a school or something there.
We are still on our tasks as such to do stuff for the university. There's didn't really give us a time frame, so there's no rush back, I guess.
So what is the stuff you're trying to do for the university? I feel like I still don't really have a grasp on, and don't take this the wrong way, why you two are still here.
Well, no, don't take it away.
No, I was almost just asking myself the same question. I mean, we haven't really got much information or stuff to take back. I don't want to arrive empty-handed. But I mean, we are just, out to find interesting things. My professor has tasked us, essentially, with finding some interesting artifacts or information that could be useful to the university. So
we were given very unspecific goals.
And are you being paid to do this, or you have to pay for your own travel? I don't understand how this works.
Oh no, they got us out here.
travel is paid for, enough for perhaps some accommodation, but we seem to have that under wraps already.
I'm going to give a
The school
look
is
at
gonna. Oh, sorry.
big look at Ghost and just sort of look at you two and go, and then look at your arm, Molokov. Were you two kicked out of the university?
What? No,
Great call, but
not
actually, that was more as Ian. Ian says that's a great call, but no.
That's an amazing backstory to be like, oh yeah, we actually stole all this money and bailed.
No, Molikov will reply. The school has done a great many things for us. It is now somewhat of a duty to return the favor.
And I mean, plus what a better payment is there than knowledge and information.
Money.
She
but-
really means
yep.
that. She's not being sarcastic.
So you're both on the same mission from the university?
Well, technically, it's her mission, and
I was given a mission and I was allowed to bring a friend.
So he's your +1.
kind of always been that way.
Yes, let's just say I wasn't going to go and visit a little town and buy the mist all by myself.
That's a great fucking call. Besides, from what I can kind of tell with both of you, Molokov, you've got kind of your own motives going on. Things to work on, yeah?
Things to work on. It's a good way to put it. My studies in the university, as you can imagine, were very on the inventive side. And I am here for much the same reasons. Maybe a little less on the loyalty to the school and knowledge and all of that. These things we hope to find are things I hope to one day create. If I can do this, I can do anything, huh?
quite a mighty cause. What about you, Vargir? You sticking around because you love us?
At this rate, gonna keep moving. Yeah, wherever you need to go.
Yeah. I want to know who's really telling the truth. You're up amongst a bunch of political bullshit.
Free to roll.
Personal vendetta about getting rid of it from the world. So that's my goal. Makes me living along the way, I'll be happy.
All right. So, having aligned the views of the party, having a little bit more of backstory, you pack up and finish breakfast and head over to House Jarosco to find out what awaits you next on what they are asking of this new band of adventurers. You get out into the streets, and the sun is shining down. People are starting to go about their business. The streets are a bit busy. There's an occasional city guard on the corner as you move through. I'm assuming you're collecting Obuck and Swiftscale as well. As you move through the streets, can I get perception checks from all of you, please?
No.
A 7. Do I see anything with a 7?
You do not.
Eyes are just closed.
Back's just in the way.
Yeah. 23?
17.
Gibson?
Yep.
21.
Oh, nice. Puck and Hera, I'm going to say you're just a little bit ahead of everyone else. Kind of navigating through the city streets, making sure that everyone's sticking together, but also that you're not traveling in like a big bunch, almost. You see markets starting to pull out their awnings, and shops are starting to open, and people are starting to trade, and the voices start to get up to a bit of a din. But you can see House Jarosco not too far in the distance as you're moving along. That's when you hear almost a hissing sound from the side of the street. A big psh, and you look over and you can see two almost blacksmith workers. They've got dark aprons on and big rubber gloves, wrestling with a pipe of some sort that is sticking out of the ground. As they, oh, no, don't do that, it's gonna... And as they say that, you hear as it explodes out and steam hisses out from it. The steam quickly starts turning to a red and bluish color, as almost a hand starts coming out from this pipe as it starts to glow red hot. And you will see... I should have prepped this creature. Ooh.
What the?
Monsters.
Salt of Khorvaire.
You see this start appearing out of the metal pipe, and I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh!
I'm sorry. As soon as I saw that as well, I saw this GIF, which just made it gold.
Amazing.
Shit. Okay. Alrighty.
So as you can see, the creature is down here, and there are a couple of villages or townsfolk spread around the place. It starts boiling out of this pipe, and the two people throw their things down as it starts hulking above them, standing about the size of a man, its skin bubbling and boiling of molten stuff. So, Roll20's changed it where its initiative tracker is.
Oh,
Turn order. There we go.
Are those pedestrians there?
Like there,
Yeah.
there,
Yeah, right, okay.
there. And then right by Obak as well.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Molokov.
3.
Oh dear. Hera.
9.
9.
9.
Puck.
18.
Ghost.
Puck can't even
17.
get it.
Bargier.
What?
I said Puck
This is
can't
the
even
first
get it
time
through.
ever. 19.
Woo!
Nice.
Yeah, I only rolled a
Marcus.
14 on my roll.
Varga's first time top of the... Well, unless Reese. Fucks that for me.
No, you got it.
Unless you break my dreams.
Even over Puck. That is a... I've made my goals.
Fantastic. Okay, so as this thing starts bubbling and boiling out, Bargier, you kind of look ahead and you see one of them like let go of the pipe. As it looks like they were trying to close it, with one of those like wrench things. And he backs up over here as this thing starts moving towards him. What would you like to do?
First instinct, I'm going to instantly run over to it.
Yep.
And I would like to give Obak a command.
Sure.
If I could, and it's not going to be an attack or anything, it's just going to be movement.
Okay.
But it's more to focus on, he's going to dash, but to like kind of keep the distance between him and the pedestrians.
Uh-huh. So moves over and circles around the other side of this thing.
Yeah. And Varga is going to have a whack at it.
Sure. Go for an attack roll.
That is a 17.
A 17 will hit.
Okay. So Mom, we discussed this last time. Now I get my surprise attack, right? As the creature hasn't taken a turn in combat.
That's correct.
So I will take the extra 2d6 with another d6 for the thing. And I will be smiting this.
Absolutely. Go for it.
So it's going to be a big old whack, which is... How do I forget this? Yeah, an extra 2d8. That and that. So it'll be... Wow. Okay, that's really good. 12, 18... 24, 29, 32 points of damage.
You swing round with your mace, I'm assuming, and as you do, you get that warm, comforting sense as the green ignites up it as Tin's spirit channels through your mace, and you swing through this thing. Molten bits spray out across the courtyard and singe into the concrete. And as you do, you see this thing reel in pain as it takes the damage and then like breathes in on itself. And I need you to make a strength check, please.
Sure. Just a check.
Yes. And same with Obak.
17 for me.
Yep.
For Obak, That's a 15.
15. So both you and Bobek hold your ground as this thing keels over, and as it reels back, it doubles in size.
Shit. Okay, cool. And I think that'll be it for now. Yep, that'll be it.
Alright.
No, I'm just gonna, as a bonus action, cast Shield of Faith.
Nice.
So a bit of extra AC. That is all.
All right, Puck, you're up.
Yeah. Jeez. Okay. So it's still coming out of the pipe?
It appears to have fully come out now, but it
Okay,
has
okay.
just doubled in size. And the pipe
Cool.
is...
I wasn't sure if that was like
We'll
it's
treat
more
this-
if it is still coming out of the pipe. Yeah.
We'll
okay,
treat
cool.
that as the pipe.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna take 40 feet of movement on Swift Scale
Yep.
to there for now.
Right, let's get rid of that
and as
second swift scale. Go on.
Oh, yeah. And as I move, I will pop off a couple of shots with my hand crossbow.
Sure, go for it.
All right. And he's... Well, sorry, I'll just do this. I think I'll take sneak attack on one of them, but...
Mhm.
That's not very good. That's only a... Oh, okay. It's a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
Okay, cool. I will do sneak attack on this one if I can.
You sure can.
Cool. That is 17 points of piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will bonus action shoot again.
Go for it.
That's an over 20 to hit.
That'll, yeah, definitely hit.
Oh, sorry. And the last one, actually, 6 more damage from the last one.
Sure.
And then this one is 12 points of piercing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and that's me. I'm starting to shout out to the people who are standing by, like, get out of the way, move back, go.
Sure. You shout out, and as you do, you see your arrows fly into it, and it kind of bubble and amass, and Vargier and Obak, you need to make another strength check.
Yep. So for Vargier, that's a natural 1.
Eesh.
And for Obak, that's a 24.
Sure. So, Puck, you see Vargier get kind of pushed back as this thing flicks itself back up again and grows in size, knocking Vargier prone. Oh my god, come on.
Woof.
And Ghost, you are up. And you can see the bubbles are quite large now, kind of popping.
Stop fucking hitting it! Cooperate! And I biff the rope out, and I'm gonna attempt to use the rope of entanglement on it.
Oh. Give me an attack roll, I guess?
No, DC 15 Dex save
Oh, Dex save.
from the creature.
That is a 18.
It passes.
See the rope kind of fall flat on the ground.
Damn it. And I shout out over to the, what I imagine this is the other smith down here.
Yep.
Any bright ideas? What do we do?
You yell back, and it'll be like, "Careful, it's gonna blow soon. We need to close the pipe."
Oh, shit. And I'm just gonna have... what do we do? Where's the pipe?
It is here.
There. Oh, is it?
Of
Is it that? Is it the like kind of?
Yeah.
Yep.
Where's this large wrench that was on the ground?
I'm gonna say it's like next to it,
Okay. Oh boy.
as it has been dropped.
I'll use half my movement to hop on Envy, and we're both gonna use the rest of her movement, 20 feet, get round and behind it. Oh, is that a bad idea? It's a terrible idea. Oh, we're doing it anyway. Whoops, I vanished. Oh no, they're right. Yep, that's all I got.
That's all you got? Cool. I'll send Envy behind you. There you go. You go around behind it, and it will. It's going to slam. And it's going to slam to something that hit it quite hard at Vargir.
Fair ding.
That is a 19 to hit.
With my shield of faith, it misses.
Nice. Slams down. You see the stone underneath you like singe as it reels back up, and then kind of like almost like starts to crouch in on itself. And as it does, 4 bubbles burst. Fun sentence to say. As 4 winged magma creatures appear. And it decreases in size.
That's really cool.
1, 2, 3, 4. That ends its turn, and on their turn, they are going to make some moves. So one is going to go to this villager. One is going to go to this villager. This villager. And this villager.
Shit.
Are there any opportunity attacks from those past Vargir and I?
Yeah, so there was these 2 up here. So you both can take an attack.
I'll do it on this one.
Sure.
That moved past, as those are closer.
I'll take it on the one that was closest to me, which I assume is the one that went the other way.
Yep.
That's a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
10.
That'll not hit.
Sure.
Sorry, different weapon this time. There it is. That's 12 points of piercing.
Yep, that's this one right above you here. As it looks like you take a swing at it and like cut one of its wings, and as it does, magma or hot material drips to the ground, and it looks like that hurt it quite significantly. But that is their turn as they just spawned into existence. So Hera, you're up.
Is this little magma man down here?
Yep.
What does it look like? Is it humanoid at all? Is it just like a bubble of goo and
it kind of takes on humanoid form every now and then, but it is more elemental than a thing.
Yeah.
Looks like it is conscious energy, we could say.
Does it have a face? Or a head, so to speak?
What is the condition you're trying to impose on it?
I am trying to ask if it has eyes and or ears.
I'm going to say it can see.
That's the answer I was looking for. I am going to move myself down to where Molokov is standing. Just 5 feet away. I don't really know how to fucking combat this thing. But I suppose this is going to be the best bet. We need to get closer to it. Hopefully it won't see you coming. I'm going to cast blindness and deafness on it.
Okay.
Attempting to blind it, so it needs to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
That's a 6.
That'll be a fail. It is blinded for a minute.
Blinded for a minute.
Yep.
All right. You see it kind of like a dark shadow starts to come around it, and it just starts wailing around, and it seems that it has lost its sense of direction.
I will sort of be running my fingers over a page and murmuring as two little drops of blood will start to come out of my eyes. And I'll turn to Molokov and I'll say, "We haven't got long. Get in there." And it can make the save at the end of its turn, end of each of its turn.
Gotcha. Cool flavor as well. All right, Hero, you're done. Molokov, you're up.
Right, I'm gonna, believe it or not, try and bring it closer to me. And he sort of takes probably a step forward and pulls from his backpack the slot where the javelin was sitting. And you can see, Puck, you'll probably recognize that it would have been like one of the prototypes. It would have been like a larger version of the winch he had made for the crossbow. And he sort of looks like it's been like slapped onto the side of the side of the backpack, and he sort of just pulls a javelin out and aims it up and throws, and you can see there's like a wire chain attached to it. And I'm throwing it at
Get over here.
the dude. That is literally it. I'm casting Vine Whip.
Oh, yes.
Thorn Whip. But I believe it has advantage
That's
because
cool.
he's blinded, and I can see him.
Sure, go for it.
I believe that's how blinded works.
Oh, it sounds like a cat collar.
So
When you
that's a 16.
16 will hit, yeah.
Wonderful. So that's just 1d6, but it does 1d6 of damage, and he is pulled 10 feet towards me.
Oh, no save?
But no save, he's just pulled
Oh,
towards me
yes.
for the hits.
10
And that's
feet.
just 1 point of damage.
1 point of damage, cool.
Yeah, so as the spear sort of hits, like almost two barbs sort of come out, and it just and then winch just starts yanking it back.
Pulls back. As you do, you yank it, and it kind of coils over, and it's unaware of its surroundings, but it starts to bubble and burst as it grows one size,
I had a feeling that would happen.
even with 1 damage.
Yeah.
But that brings us to top of the round, Vargear. You are prone.
Yeah. Fun fact that I just found out about Vargear. Vargear can carry a polar bear, the weight of a polar bear, or a grizzly bear, or a giraffe would bite him.
Or a giraffe. That kind of scaled really quickly.
No, they're the same weight. Vargear can carry up to 960
Oh, sorry, I will take
pounds.
that.
He can lift,
Wow.
push, or drag.
Amazing.
Just
Sorry,
for
so we'll just get in its space as well.
Sure.
So I'll use 15, obviously half my movement to get up. Now I haven't used OBAC in a while, so I'm just not quite sure on
Can take a charge attack, I believe.
Yeah, sure. I would
More than feet.
preferably. Sorry.
I think he has to move more than 20 feet for it to be a charge attack.
Yeah. I'm kind of avoiding him attacking anyway. What I would like him to do though is pick, like, just kind of like in his horns almost, like pick up the person next to him
Sure.
and move them, and
Very easily.
I'm assuming he will take that opportunity attack.
Yeah, he will be picked up.
I'm essentially going to get him to kind of move here, then like pick up the next person, 60 foot of movement, so drag them essentially out.
Sure. I'll allow that.
Yeah. Getting them out the way, but he'll take the opportunity attack from either one or both. He is quite big, so.
Yeah, you will take an opportunity attack from both.
Okay.
Obak doesn't get off that easy.
No, that's fair. My
It's only a +3 to hit, so 16.
will hit. He's
Um,
got an AC of 10.
That'll do 3 points of slashing damage
Yep.
and a 9. So he misses.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool. Sweet. And I will. I'm gonna move. You said this is the thing here,
Yes.
so I'm gonna stay next to it, but with my 10-foot reach, I'm gonna grab the wrench
Sure.
and start trying to plug up this.
Awesome. As you pick it up, it starts burning your hand as the heated metal singes through some of your fur, and you need to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Sure. 11.
11. Just check the DC on that. That passes.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can hold on to the object.
Sure. Okay.
Oh,
he's
sorry.
k-
You
kind
will
of-
you will take some damage.
Sure.
You take 3 points of fire damage, but you can hold on to the object. It's basically like it's got heat metal cast on it, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Okay. Yeah, and he's gonna just try start like
Sure.
wrenching stuff.
You start moving, and it does have give in it, but it looks like it will take a round or two to close.
Sure. That's all right. Yeah. Do I need to roll anything for that, or?
No, you just start closing it.
Sure. Okay. That'll be all.
All right, Puck, you are up.
Hello. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm going to shoot the one that was just in front of me, this little guy,
Yep.
with a crossbow bolt.
Mm-hmm.
That's a modified 20 to hit
Yeah, that'll hit.
for 9 points piercing.
Or it flops down to the ground and starts crawling around in a circle on its one remaining hit point.
I am going to. I'm
Oh,
gonna
a
shoot-
dagger is a bonus action.
Oh, I can just shoot my crossbow as a bonus action.
Oh.
I'm going to shoot Big Boy with a crossbow.
Sure.
Bonus action. That is a nat 20.
Nice.
And I will use my sneak attack.
Go for it.
Okay, hang on. This is one. Oh gosh, it's a lot. Hang on. Sneak attack. Just double checking. It's 2d6. Yep, 2d6. So that is 18 plus 3d6. $25 points of piercing.
As you kind of line up the shot and this crossbow shoots through Molotov, you see it pop out the other side with a massive hole in the middle of this thing as it
Just
kind
misses Molotov.
it keels over itself and then grows up in size again. Vargir and Molotov, you'll need to make a strength check.
Strength check.
Yep.
21.
Ooh, that's not bad. Oh, it'll just be plus my modifier, so 17.
Nice. It'll grow one in size, but it kind of moves out of your space. And it looks like there is quite frequent bubbles bursting on it now. If that's all you've got, Puck?
Yeah, I'm just going to move down to there.
Nice.
Oh, that's 0.1 more than you can move, mate.
Actually, if I could have undone one of them, it's only 25. That was theoretically like 5.1 because I misclicked somewhere, but anyway.
You go to take
no,
one
I
more
like
step and you're like, I'm too tired to move.
You cannot fast travel, enemies are nearby.
All right. Ghost, that brings you up.
Yep. Seeing some things split off and head towards civilians, I'll whistle again and send Envy off to that one. Like I protect them. Come over and try and grapple this creature.
Sure.
Take its attention away. God, I need a stat block for that.
It is a 7 on my roll.
Natural 10 on the dice plus whatever.
Nice. You grapple this
Plus
creature.
+2. Wonderful. But I myself am going to jump on the wrench
Uh-huh.
as well.
As you touch it, you feel the heat singeing through.
Oh, I better.
Con save, please.
Come on, we're good at these. Whoa, that is... What did you get, Vargir?
I got 11.
Good, that's an 11. 6 plus 5.
You do
My
take
boy.
7 points of fire damage, but you can hold
Oh,
on to
that
it.
hurt.
And now with the two of you moving it in sync, it does seem to be closing up and the steam starts to slowly come to a low hiss. But if that's you done,
It is.
it is going to make a slam against old Molikov.
At disadvantage.
At disadvantage, you're right.
Thanks, hero.
Yeah.
That
You're
is
welcome.
a 14.
That will miss.
Slams down on the ground and rears up. And I think it's going to pump out some more friends as it goes back to normal size.
As it shrinks, does that...
Shut up. knew someone was going to ask that.
Surely.
And they are going to go to Hera, Molokov, and Vargir. Alright. Now the Mephit's turn. Let's go attack on Envy. Oh, that's a 21.
Meow.
That hit.
5 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
We're going to go on this villager up here. That will hit.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
As this person, unfortunately, goes unconscious.
No. What?
Victory.
Turn sideways.
Yeah. Then we're going to go Hera. One attack. That is a 19.
Ooh, fuck me. Yep.
4 points of fire damage.
Yep.
Molokov, you got 2 coming at you.
Inspiration check here.
I believe they're at advantage because they're flanking there.
That is true. I rolled 2 dice for them, but I'll roll that as the advantage. So 16 is the higher one.
It will not hit.
And 12. So neither of them hit.
Can't get through the armor.
And then Vargir.
Yeah.
17 plus 3, that's a 20.
That will hit, yeah.
4 points of fire damage.
4 points of fire damage, and I need to do a concentration. Can someone remind me how concentration works? It's my...
It's like the
It's
amount
your-
of damage.
Yeah, it's either 10 or half the damage, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
But it's just a Constitution saving throw.
Cool. So Constitution, I need to get above 10.
Yep.
Which I didn't. It was a 5.
Uh-oh.
So my Shield of Faith will drop.
Did you add your concept?
Yeah, it's a 5.
Oh.
RIP. That ends that turn, and Hera, you're up.
Yeah. There's a Mephit in me face.
Sure is.
The
But the big guy's small again.
guy is small again. Fucking, I think he's got to be the bigger target. So, I think I will. No sacrifice, no victory. I'll be there. Gonna be. Oh, maybe if I go there, to there. If I go that way, will I only get one opportunity attack?
2.
I'll still get one from this guy here.
Yep.
Yeah, 5 foot.
Okay, in that case, I'll just run in a straight line. I'm
Sure.
just gonna sort of swat at the method, and at least in my head, if he dies, they die. So I'm gonna run up that way.
All right. That's an 8 from the first guy. Oh my god, and a 7 from the second guy.
Okay, cool.
The cat swaps work.
Yeah, just fucking. Oh, this is gonna hurt. And I'm just gonna shove my hands into the molten lava. As they're going, and they're gonna sort of like glow kind of green, and I'm just gonna shove my hands in as like the lava sort of melts down onto my fur. And I'm gonna cast inflict wounds.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Let's see how we go.
Is that an attack roll?
It sure is. So we're actually we are going to use that dice. So let's see how we go. Oh, yep. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
You pump your hands into this thing, and as you feel the heat singeing up your fur, you pump the necrotic energy into it, and give me the damage.
So that's going to be... So that's... So that's going to be 29 necrotic damage.
Sure. You see the molten essence of this thing start turning to almost black lava, and the necrotic energy starts flowing through it, and as it does, bubbles start erupting from it, and as you kill it, it is going to explode. So everything 5 foot around it, and at this size would just be Vargir and Hera. Needs to make dexterity saving throws.
That's a 7.
It's a 4.
You both take 28 points of fire damage as this thing erupts and explodes.
28 exactly?
2-8.
I'm on 1 HP.
Oh! And you see here, as you rip your arms out and you get blasted by this fire, you look around and you see the floating methods kind of all turn.
Is Hera up?
I do not look around.
Yeah.
I put my hands into it, kill it. As I kill it, I used Grim Harvest to regain some health. My full health is 21. So in that split second, it just explodes, and Hera falls back on her back and is unconscious.
Jesus fucking Christ.
The sacrifice, no victory, mate.
The rest of you notice the methods turn around and see this thing explode out. And that brings us to Molokov's turn.
I really thought
think-
that killing it would kill the methods, I'm not going to lie.
I
In my
think
head, I'm unconscious, but we've won. So there's like a little
Yes.
smile on Hera's face.
Sort of, he would have been reaching out almost just to swing at one, and just sees out of the corner of his eye Hera blast away, and will probably just let out a bit of a scream and run towards her, and sort of slide to his knees, and he pulls out like a burn salve and starts just putting it across her arms. Putting it across her arms where she was burnt, and I'll cast Cure Wounds on her, which is only going to be 5 points of healing.
Nice. You get a gasp of air and regain 5 hit points here.
Oh, did we do it? Did it work? Are we winning?
Not quite yet. Stay safe. And he'll pull that crank on his armor. A bunch of runes light up, and I'll give myself some temporary hit points and just sort of turn around and take a defensive stance,
Nice.
sort of over her. And that will be my turn.
All right, Vargir, you're up.
Seeing Hera go down, seeing Molokov being distraught, obviously Vargir is pretty fucked. But he's going to come over here, trying to essentially bridge the gap between Hera and the creatures. And he's gonna put one arm behind him and grab Hera, kind of like, I imagine that's like her ankle. And I'm gonna give Hera 15 points of lay on hands.
Nice.
Oh, yum.
This is even, as he recalls, like Hera saving him a buck ton.
Sure.
And as he's just gonna kind of stand guard in front of this one. Also, his kind of attention's like here on this creature, but also on the civilian that's gone down here as well.
Yep.
That's all.
All right, Puck.
Yeah, front row seats for that. Puck is going to.
Shit.
Yeah. Shit. I'm going to shoot the one that's right next to Hera.
Yep, go for it.
And I will take sneak attack on that one.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
And with sneak attack, that is... Oh, hello. I rolled 2 6s and a 5 plus 6. So what's that? 23 points of piercing.
Gone.
I'm going to use my bonus action to shoot the one on... Oh, man, what other one?
Can
Yeah, I gotta
Vargir
keep it.
Can Vargir point?
I mean, yeah, you can yell one words at each other kind of thing.
Help them, as he's kind of referencing here.
I just got to measure something really quickly. Yep, I can do that. Cool. I will shoot the one that Vargi indicated, the one
Yep.
down here. Just a regular shot. That's a 16 to hit
That'll hit.
and 9 points of piercing.
Very nice.
And then as a feature, I will use Wails from the Grave,
Ooh.
which will damage something within 30 feet of the thing I just hit,
Uh-huh.
which is going to be this guy who was on 1 hit point before.
And he will go away.
Yeah.
Unless you want to describe how that happens.
I think just like this green light flares in its eyes and its mouth as it breathes out and just vanishes off into death.
Nice.
How much damage is it? Yeah, it's just 1d6, so whatever, it doesn't matter, it's dead. Cool. And then I'm going to move... Oh, man. Yeah, just to there.
Nice.
Just move in.
You kind of start crowding together. That brings us to...
Actually, I will go there. I'll go
Sure.
to help this person. Yeah.
Love it.
Can I, Reese? Can I ask one thing?
Yeah.
Just for Obak, is it possible he could run through here? Oh, sorry, you probably can't see that. Run through here and pick this guy up and move him to about up there.
Yeah, I'm going to say he can circle round and come back doing that in the interim. He will take an opportunity attack, though.
Yep, 100%. So he'll pop over here. He'll plant the guy.
That's an 18.
It'll hit.
6 points of fire damage.
Oh, my boy.
Oh no, my boy.
Yeah, that's all. Sorry. Thank you.
All good. That brings us to their turn. So, we're going to go...
I feel like I missed my turn.
No, after Puck was meant to be theirs, but the ballistic coil has disappeared off the initiative order. Or, I can't even remember now. No, yeah, you're right, you're first. Go for it.
Is this valve closed or has it stopped hissing steam?
At the start of your turn, you feel it shut, and you see the steam kind of just stop and kind of evaporate from the street, and you see all of the methods kind of lose a bit of vigor.
Right. I'll call in behind Puck and pull a gun out and over his right shoulder.
Oh, nice. Don't roll a natural 1.
You fucking had to say it. Not. It's 11 plus 5 or 6.
That'll hit.
Okay. 9. It's just 1d10. Where's my
I believe it is.
plus 4? 13 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Puck, you see this thing just explode in front of you.
And Envy will bite down on the one that she's got grappled.
Uh-huh.
For a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
That's not. Do Steel Defender does plus 6 to hit. 1d8 2, so 9 points of force damage.
9. Chomps down on it, and magma kind of splits out of its mouth.
Alright, I pull out a light hammer and start walking this way.
Alrighty. So we'll go to them.
Yep.
Now they'll move in. Let's go 1 attack on Molokov. 14. Hera. 16.
16 will hit.
That is 4 points of fire damage. Vargir, you have the attention of this one. That is a 15, which won't hit, I don't believe. And then Envy, a 19.
Hits.
5 points of fire damage.
Ugh.
But Hera, you are up and up.
Cool beans. What the fuck? Okay. Fuck, he's right there. He's right there. What do you reckon, Toasty? Because he's slightly away from me. Yeah. So taking this heal from Vargir, I'll sort of see the one between him and Ghost, and I'll just throw my hand out and as a sort of spectral skeleton hand paw thing, And I'm just going to cast Chill Touch on him
Cool.
for a 18 to hit.
That'll hit.
It's six. Oh, is it 6? Yes, can't be a 9 on a D8 deal. 6 necrotic damage. I
Love
was
it.
like, why is there no dot to tell me if this is a 6 or a 9?
All right. It takes the damage. Anything else you'd like to do?
Negative. No, that's all.
Cool. That brings us to Molokov.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll almost just sort of tuck my back like up against Molokov and analyze the rest of the fucking situation.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll sort of keep my back to you and step through over to this side in between them. And I'm almost just going to bring my shield round, and this one north of me, I just slam into it.
Uh-huh.
So I'm trying to shove it prone with a bonus action with my Shield Master perk.
Very nice.
So that's a contested athletics, I believe, which is very good on my side.
14.
I believe I'm proficient. Hang on. Athletics plus 6, so that's a 17.
Mm-hmm. So prone.
So yeah, I like so almost just slam it out of the sky onto the ground.
Love it.
And then I'll turn around to the one south of me, and just hit it with the power fist.
Go for it.
For a 23 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, max damage, which I believe is 12 damage, 12 thunder damage.
Nice. You crack into it. Looks pretty weak.
But that'll be all.
All right. Vargia.
Yeah, so this one right in front of me. I'm just going to try and give it a big whack
Sure.
with my mace. That's a 14.
That'll hit.
And it's just going to be 8 points of damage.
Nice. Still standing.
Still standing. That's stressful. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to hold this. You know what? No, he's not. He's gonna smite. Can I add a smite into that?
You sure can.
I will be doing so. So that's gonna be 14 extra damage on top.
That will take it out.
Then Varga is going to use his movement to run here.
All right. You approach this townsfolk who's on the ground, singed clothes, doesn't seem to be conscious.
Yeah. This is obviously first thing is just to grab them. Like, am I? And this might not be this turn thing. Like dead or unconscious.
Why don't you make a medicine check?
Shit. Actually, I took things in these. So 17 plus 3, 20 unnatural.
You give a quick look over the body as you're looking for any signs of life, and you see them take a shallow breath in and out as they're just unconscious.
All right. Yeah. Cool. Okay. That's all I can do for now.
All right. Puck.
Actually,
Bad time to get more food.
Yeah.
My bad.
What are you doing,
All right.
Puck? Stop eating.
He's like, look, guys, I'm just hanging out. No, I will shoot the one that's closest to me.
Sure.
Actually, I'm going to charge in and slash it.
Go for
So I'm
it.
going to go into here. Actually, I'm going to go to the other side. Slash that one. Except I moved the dinosaur, not me, but whatever.
I
That's
believe you'll
a-
still get a flank if you go here.
Yeah, I'm going to take a shot at the other one, so I'm just making it work, so I'm not shooting through Molokov.
Gotcha.
Excuse me, that's an 18 to hit,
Yep, that'll hit. Go for damage.
and that's a 12 points of piercing,
Nice. You slash it down into the ground.
and then without missing a beat, stab, bang, shoots with the other hand
Yep.
at this guy. Yep.
He's prone.
I was going to say, I believe he is prone because of
Okay.
Molokov's shield, so that'll be a straight roll.
Yeah.
But I think you still get.
No, you have to have advantage.
You have to have advantage. Okay.
Yeah, so it's okay.
What, for the sneak attack?
Yeah.
No, but if he's next to me,
Oh,
you
that's
don't
true,
need
actually,
the
yeah.
advantage.
That's right. It's if it's
Yes,
both. It's
that's
not
what
just-
It's not necessarily on the roll, but if you've got advantage within the roll, then you
Yeah.
can take it. So yeah, go for a sneak attack, but it's just a straight roll to hit.
Yeah, and that's a nat 20.
Well, that'll miss because screw you.
So that's what 18 plus, because I'm doing sneak attack.
Yep.
18 plus 10 plus 14. 18 plus 14 is 40. Wait, yeah, 32.
Nice. You don't even skip a millisecond between slashing this thing down and aiming your crossbow, firing it, and it singes itself into the ground.
Yeah, and I just keep moving, standing where it was, and I'm staring down at this one. I just take half a second to look across and go, "You guys all right?" And then that'll be in my turn.
All right, Ghost.
As you look back half a second later, Ghost is already standing in front of it, and swinging both hammers in a wide up, try and crush it.
Nice, love it.
That is great rolls.
with advantage as well, right? Because it's grappled.
That is restrained,
Yeah.
not grappled, I believe. Yeah, it just has a 0 speed. But that is a lot to hit. That is. Why am I always on the wrong? 24 and 25 to hit.
They will both hit.
Fantastic. Gonna deal max damage. 4, 8, 12, 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
Like the hammer hitting the forge, the anvil in the forge, you smack these hammers together and the molten bits just spray out everywhere. That is him down. And that is us out of combat as well.
ASAP out of combat.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use my last 5 lay on hands.
nice.
Points of lay on hands onto the.
The townsfolk will come to consciousness as friends or concerned citizens will start crowding around as well and checking in on them.
I imagine
Start
it's
yelling
like
at them.
they're still like they've got like burns on their faces, but
Yeah.
instead of being like black tarred, it's more now just like a scar.
Yeah. People are also like wowed and they go, "Oh, thank you so much!" Like, you know, and they seem to be crowding around you and giving you pats on the back, and this person is, you know, maybe some important person in the marketplace, but they seem to be quite welcoming of your healing.
I'm busy berating this blacksmith. What kind of fucking health and safety menace nightmare was that?
He goes
You
on.
fucking elementals trapped under your fucking forge? The fuck? People could have died!
He goes on to apologize profusely, stating, you know, it doesn't happen before, and you know, they normally don't tamper with those kind of things, but it came out, and yeah, it's a big apology
Guys,
case.
you need to fucking update your health and safety policies, and I better see a triple SP on my desk tomorrow fucking morning. I don't have a fucking desk. Bring it to the fucking tavern. Blah 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 blah.
He will bow down and almost seeming promise you a health and safety report in the morning, even though he hasn't quite caught who you are.
It's funny because I'm also 3 feet tall. So.
Yes, yes.
Varga is gonna drop to like lean onto the building he's up against. Just blood and cuts and burns on him.
Yep.
Just
Oh
out.
shit! Wait here.
out for the count.
I'll run over. You put in a hell of a lot of work there, buddy. Hold on. Quick sting. Needle into the side of your neck.
1 damage, dead.
1 damage, but 9 more in return.
Nice.
What the fuck was that?
Oh no. Although I've been promised a report in the morning. Should I look over to my blacksmith friend?
They are quite quickly cleaning up the mess that they had caused. Very embarrassed.
I think I'm gonna whistle Obak over.
Yep. Comes over,
Pick
bit out
up
of breath.
this woman. How does she look?
She looks quite beaten up. Probably needs some care and medical attention.
Yeah. I might take her to Jurasko, that house.
Yep, sounds like a bright idea.
Are they going to be happy to see you?
At this point, it's not about me; it's about them.
Damn fucking straight.
Let's go. We're all
I
heading
agree,
over
we've all
there.
been beaten up. We should all seek some medical attention, I say slightly too loud.
People don't question it at all.
I'll pick her up and put her in like the horns of Obak.
Oh yes, yep.
Maybe I'll grab my cloak tarp to put it over so it's not so jarring and uncomfortable at least.
Nice.
Molotov would have been sitting sort of with her, like treating the burns, being like, you know, as he's treating the burns, just being like, did you see her? Did you see how well the armor stopped the fire? It was so good.
You're like banging on about how good the armor stopped the fire, and I'm sitting there putting a cigarette in my mouth, and I'll just hold my arm singed up to light it. Yeah, it's actually quite impressive.
So
Maybe I should think about an armor or one or two.
possibly might be a good idea. As you head as a little bit of a beaten up party to House Tarosco, you arrive in the lobby hall, and Dolores looks up over her glasses and just raises an eyebrow slightly before notifying one of the nurses to go over, and they start to attend to the townsfolk that you have brought in, seeing that it might actually be quite a urgent matter. But for the rest of you, you approach her desk, and she looks up to make eye contact with you.
Here to see Arjuna.
Shapiro.
Damn it.
Nope.
Wrong person. That's what I get for not double checking the notes.
You mean the dead guy?
Hey, look, dead people can come back.
Yeah, true.
I'll look at her. Kurt.
There is you feel the realm just sigh a little bit. She goes, yes, no, there was a meeting planned for you at some point today. Feel free to head up. And she gestures over to the elevator. They'll be in the meeting rooms.
Thanks, Dolores.
She looks back down at a piece of paper.
Head over and press 8.
Nice. You all gather in the elevator and head up. when you open the door, or when the doors open, you see the same familiar hallway with one of the meeting rooms that you'd gone with Shapiro. And outside are two of the guards with the griffin emblem on their chest. As you approach them, they look you up and down, and you see they kind of take in each individual one of you and give a nod and open the door. Inside the room...
That's right. I just grab my canteen and kind of wet my hand and flick my hair back again. It's probably gone all
Sure.
messy.
Inside the room, you see two figures standing over by the window, kind of looking out over to the city. One is got a tuft of blonde hair, you recognize as Shapiro, and the other silhouette, you kind of see the kind of bushy beard puffing out from around the bald head with the crew cut, or buzz cut, mohawk going down the back, and the red glint of his glasses catches the light as he turns around, as Josu Keeling is in the room too. Well, thank you, Shapiro. That is mighty good information. And hello to you all. Looks like a bit of a rough morning.
Say that.
Large explosion?
Oh. Haven't heard of one of those in a while. Looks like you all got out mostly unscathed. Don't worry, Shapiro. I'll get Cornelius to whip up some elixirs for our fine folk here. Shapiro kind of just nods and... oh, yes, of course. I hadn't planned on briefing already rugged up team, but nevertheless, he gets his files and puts them on the table.
Yeah, we've got more important business to deal with. So, first of all, pleasure, Keeling.
Gives you a nod. Oh, because you have not met him yet?
No.
So he is standing at about 6'4", 6'5". Quite well built, elvish, with a white beard that comes down to about here, and red circular glasses with a bald head and a buzz cut mohawk down the middle. He wears very elegant clothes, and when you see him move, he is almost heavy-footed, but seems to glide at the same time. There is something very rigid about him, but also
there's a lot of force behind him, but he can carry every one of those movements perfect control.
Correct. Yes. Moves around to you and goes, "Yes, I don't think we had the pleasure of meeting the other day. Josu Keeling." And he puts his hand out to shake yours, Ghost.
Ghost. Heard you're the man who's paying us.
The grip is extremely firm, and almost cool to the touch as well. It's kind of a sensation of like this man has not worked up a sweat or anything. He's just very cool and calm. Gives your hand a shake, and you must be Vargare. I heard you caused quite a stir downstairs the other day.
Sorry, I apologize for that.
No need to apologize for what we are. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, and puts out his hand to yours as well.
So he'll put out his hand.
Same feeling, very, very stern handshake. Now, if you'll excuse me, Shapiro has some information to pass on if you were to stay in our employ. I'll make sure Cornelius brings up those ever so tasty elixirs for your wounds. He gives Shapiro a nod and a nod back as he turns to exit the room. Don't be mistaken, I am ever grateful for your work for us, and I'll be making sure that you get paid handsomely for your efforts. I am a busy man, though. I can't sit around all day listening to everything I already know. Gives a bit of a grin. Moves towards the door, exits, and closes it, and you hear the footsteps of 3 people leaving. Well, I suppose we better get to it. And Shapiro will lay out a map on the on the table. Should we want to jump back?
Not the big map.
Well, yes, I suppose the money got to you all good, and you've had a productive week. I've heard bits and bobs of you moving around town. You must understand we have our eyes and ears everywhere, and of course, if you come right to our doorsteps without telling us, I do apologize for that, Vargir. It was very out of turn for Cornelius to react in such a way.
Sorry. Can you repeat that one more time, sorry?
He just apologized for the fuss that was made about you coming in. Cornelius should have known better than to react in such a way.
Nothing to apologize for. It's fine. Happens.
So that's the man at the top.
That is indeed. That is Josu Keeling, founder and financier of House Jarosco in these areas. More so of the... I don't like saying secret society, but the stuff we take on is more so his project, his passion.
That would make a lot of sense.
A good man to have on your side. He is quite powerful and quite persuasive.
Men with a lot of knowledge tend to be.
Of course, of course. I think I mentioned it to Hera. If you ever get a chance to be invited to his office, there are some quite unique things there that he could probably tell a story or two about. The man has travelled quite a bit.
How old did he seem? I know it's a bit hard to tell, but in
yeah,
his 1st century or his 3rd century?
probably looking at 3rd century. If you want, you can give me a retrospective investigation check.
Oh, sure. Good roll. 23.
Looks probably a 3rd or 4th century for an elf, but did look like there was a bit of wear and tear to him. Did hold himself very well and has a lot of power behind him, but just the occasional wrinkle by the ear and, you know, the hands weren't perfectly smooth. It's showing the age a bit as well.
Gotcha. Yeah, he's been around for many... Yeah, okay. Well, I look forward to the opportunity if he's ever so inclined to invite me.
Oh, yes, well, I'll pass it on in subtle ways, but even I have only been up there once or twice. Right, now, for the information we have for you. He puts out a map of Khorvaire, and you see a red circle around... a small red circle around Bathrond and Kenran. But then another one is circled around to the east. And Shapiro says, we have been contacted by the New Throne Chartered Company. And they have contacted House Jarosco for some assistance. The first symptoms of what is believed to be a infectious disease has appeared in and around their town, or a few days north of it. New Throne Company believes that the outbreak, believes the outbreak to be an unusual form of some sort of infectious disease, one that is acting at an accelerated rate. Subjects with the disease normally display first symptoms 2 to 6 weeks after an infection, but recently they've been, well, dying after a day or two. Now, the jungles around New Throne have been known to have, different diseases and stuff with the animals and beasts that roam there, but this is something quite unheard of. From the information Jarosko has been able to obtain, it is believed that the outbreak could be the silent death, or term our scientists have given it. We believe it could be used almost as a biological weapon designed to depopulate areas of habitation. Thus, Jarosso suspects the involvement of the Emerald Claw. Our intelligence has said that a lot of the folk around there have been emitting strange behaviors. Your team's mission, should you choose to accept it, is to enter the quarantine site just north of New Throne, allowing us and our scientists to determine whether or not the silent death is at work. The team will then determine whether it is the Emerald Claw presence, find out what their objective is, and ideally stop them. I am looking forward to this on a personal level, as I will be joining you on the trip. I can share some expertise in the ways of these diseases, and I spent quite a time in the jungle myself in my younger days.
Sorry, where was this again? I missed that part.
So he's talking
New
about
Thrones and
New
Khorvaire.
Throne. As you see,
right.
the red circle is around the jungles of Khorvaire.
Now we've heard of Kabara before, right?
Not from
no.
Shapiro.
Dale, I believe only Dale's heard of Kabara,
Yep.
which
The
is
Yellow Emperor.
the Yellow Emperor.
I mean, we might have heard of it, but we don't know the information he knows.
Sure.
No, yeah.
Like, I imagine that I would know
For sure.
because I'm from
Right.
pretty close to that area.
It's same with Ghost as well. Yeah, you do know that it is a very jungle-oriented place. Because of its nation being cut off by the mountains, the End World Mountains, it is quite unique in that it doesn't do a lot of trade and stuff with the major cities. And what also makes it special is it is the birthplace and where you find the most population of Dragonborn.
Really quick question: which lines were the was the railways?
The yellow,
Yellow one
or the orange.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, we're not
So there
gonna
is-
train in.
There's no direct line into it.
But they have airships.
Yeah, true.
Can
Second
they go to the
question
myth, though?
for you. I guess actually, Reese, do you mind if at the end of this, if we take like maybe a minute or two
To consolidate?
Yeah, I would just like to discuss about where Varga has been.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm going to say not here because of its
No. Yeah.
past the mountains, but yeah, we can do that. Oh, and as you can imagine, he looks down at the map. It is a bit further distance than just down the road. We would be chartering one of the Jarosko airships down and around the mists as he points down past here and then back up. The trip would take around maybe a day, 2 days, as airships can travel 25 miles an hour, which is about a hex an hour.
Ow.
That's way faster than I thought it was going to be. I was like, this is going to be like a couple of months.
No, no. The idea is we go
If
in,
we walk.
find out what is happening in this quarantine zone that they've set up outside the city, and try and discern any involvement from our friends. You see, he stops himself from saying the word shifting friends, as he side-eyes you, Varga.
So, I understand that this is the next, point of interest for the House of Carrasco, but any idea into how this ties into what we were just dealing with just east of here in Kenran?
It seems that in Kenran they were after, or what we've studied from that ring you gave us. It belonged to a sorceress. Goes by the name of Tiranesh. Now the name doesn't, or the research doesn't go too deep at the moment, but we believe Lafons, I believe you said the name was, would have been wanting to use her or her knowledge to start a series of events. The stories go that Tiranesh was the one that helped shut out the Dalkir in ages past. We believe that with it, they're wanting to start something or contact something. We're not sure. It does also align with them not wanting anything to stand in their way.
Right. And then how does that tie to a mysterious biological weapon that's killing people in hordes a
Well,
day or two into catching the disease?
the connections of the behavior of the people coming out of this quarantine zone have set off our alarm bells. And we're worried that if Lafon's got his hand on something that could eradicate something specific, rather than shifters and changelings, they might be able to use that.
Right, that also doesn't sound like a good time.
Not at all.
Does do you know much information about gatekeepers?
The gatekeepers, I have heard tales. My knowledge is not fresh on it, but I'm sure we can find some books in here about it.
Do you know anyone that might be a scholar or have knowledge on such things?
Possibly in the library. There's a gnome there that's quite educated.
Yeah, right.
Very
What
flimsy
the
too.
gatekeepers got to do with this, argue? With the gatekeeper?
The gatekeepers was an orc like a bunch of orc druids.
Druids, yeah.
That helped that were the ones that locked and shut the gates
Yeah.
Ah,
for the Dalkir into the realm, into this other realm.
Yeah.
that's right.
So whoever Tyranish is, if she was one that helped that process, I don't know. In Varga's mind, it's she's not evil.
Sure.
Should we determine whether she was possibly one of these guys? Is that just a theory?
It's just a theory.
Yeah. Well, the understanding is that the other gatekeepers were orc tribe shaman.
Yeah.
When we kind of figured we found that she wasn't an orc. That's why I was questioning it the whole time. I was like, well, why?
But she could have still assisted, or yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, this sounds fucking dangerous.
Well, that's half the reason we don't send civilians out there.
I suppose there's the other side of things, which is what's in it for us.
Well, of course, you will be handsomely paid again, as you just heard from Josu. We will give you access to more of our facilities here in town, and you might also be privy to some more information.
kind of deal I like making.
I've always wanted to go that far east. Could be interesting to learn about a new world as such.
Everything past the Emerald Mountains basically is a new world. We're almost shut off from the rest of the continent. Never been myself.
Any idea?
Fascinating.
Okay.
I think he's done.
That's
Oh.
it.
Any idea how long you expect this whole thing to take?
Well, ideally,
Do we have? Will there be a means of reaching back? Do you have a means of communicating back to here?
yes, I will be taking communication with me. We realized our mistake after last time. Artuno rested in peace, but kind of left you without a word back to the boss. And I will be with you as well.
Speaking of, you understand we don't have a good track record with our guides.
No, I'm hoping that I don't take any harm. He kind of like looks a little bit frazzled by that.
Sorry, I don't mean to be. Right, change of subject. What can we expect in these quarantine zones?
Well, it will be monitored by the new throne guard. Quite intense they can be. I'm not sure whether you have ever come across a Dragonborn before, but they can look very tough in a set of armor.
Ghost Rex's brain, and then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I get a flash of a Dragonborn in armor from a dream I had not long ago.
What a white dragonborn with a million weapons on its back and a spell guard.
No,
shield.
not quite like that.
Not quite that far back, but that would be cool. And just kind of shake my head. Well, does the Jorosko Foundation have a good relationship with them?
Yes, we have provided them quite a bit of aid since they're dividing, and they might be separate, but they're not stupid.
Good. Well,
How much time do we have before we leave?
Well, that does kind of come into it as well. We want to be leaving as soon as possible. I would ideally want to leave tonight, if that suits with you. Remember, it is morning.
I'm all wrapped up here.
Ready to go.
We might pay Cornelius a visit and see if there's anything else he might mix up for us.
I mean, anything to protect us against this mysterious silent death would be great.
That is what I'm counting on.
Wonderful.
One last, very quick question.
Yeah?
Earl Klein.
Kind of looks at you with his eyes squinted just a little bit. What do you know of that name?
I was gonna ask you the same thing.
Another wealthy man running about the city. Thinks he owns the place sometimes. Caused us a little bit of strife. You gotta understand, he comes across as very kind. But if you don't pay his dues, then sometimes you get roughed up a bit.
Well, his son's an interesting character. Seems alright to me.
Didn't know he had one. He says that with kind of a ignorance of why should he care about that family.
Sure. Well, that gives us the data. Selves up.
I do have one more question.
Yes.
This is a highly infectious disease. How are we not going to catch it?
That is what we will be trying to prevent as we go in there. Cornelius has been working on something.
But you have no understanding of this disease, right?
And that is why we want to go there and be as cautious as we can.
Oh, buddy with the Sorry.
We will take as many precautions as we can, and that is why it also has an element of danger to it. Otherwise, I would be really going by myself.
Right.
It does certainly help, just at least mentally knowing that you'll be there as well. Not hanging us out to dry.
No, and I would hate to create that image. Although, if we are all well and happy, I can meet you back in the harbour at sundown tonight. We can go under the cover of darkness, not for sneakiness, but just to make tracks as fast as we can. The airs can be adventurous sometimes.
Sounds like a plan. Remind me which way we're flying.
South. He points out on the map. You will be going down this way.
Yeah. Up the Kraken Bay,
Yeah.
past Velnir, Velinair to Kabara.
Should be
Essentially,
quite a
like
picturesque
right?
journey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he starts rolling up the map. I'll let you sort yourselves out, and I'll see you this evening
Are we meeting here or are we meeting at the...
at the harbour,
Yeah, go.
at the Lightning Tower. And with that, he will collect up the things and head out down to Cornelius, leaving you to either follow him there or sort yourself out for the day. So I think we'll end the session on that note, ready to depart and fly next session.
Yo.
You know,